Welcome back to the Breaker Bros, and we are back like we never left.
No,
So if
almost
you,
almost as if we've been doing this for a while.
yeah, it's weird. This is almost like deja vu. So,
Deja voodoo.
yeah, shout out to those that happened to see the stream before. You're not mistaken. This is really going on right now. So, what we're gonna do tonight is gonna be a little bit different than what we initially thought, but we're gonna review the top tight end prospects and what we graded them, and then
Well, yeah. To be fair, top 9 plus we snuck in an Iowa tight end and skipped over some other dudes.
yeah. So our top 10, what we perceive as our top 10 tight end prospects. And you can see the list at the bottom of the screen scrolling past. So
yeah. So I guess what we did is we watched some. Can we call it film? Let's just say videos. It's more,
very highly edited videos.
Very
skilled.
Yeah, some of the most elite video editors obviously play with those, and we watched them for sure. We watched them, but and then we took notes, which we're allowed to take notes, and we kind of graded them, and we have, the PFF ranking listed on the left. But a lot of people think that Bengals may be interested in tight ends in the draft this year. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm not. Last year, we were really high on tight ends. We thought Bengals were going to pick tight end first round for sure,
especially if Mayer was there.
Yeah, I mean, even during the draft, we were like 100% convinced that we were getting Michael Mayer, and we were happy about that. Didn't work out. Did not work out. So here's kind of a list. Here's our notes. I guess it's kind of pointless to read it, but having watched kind of like the top 10 guys, who's your favorite? What's your two questions? Who's your favorite? What's your sense of what the Bengals are going to do? Maybe it's the same answer.
Yeah. So, echo in the room. Not that we said this before, but we don't necessarily think. I think we agree on this, that Bowers is going to be there in the first round. I think it could make it interesting if he is there this year, but I think we're also in an agreement that maybe the best value in the first round is going to be at right tackle, especially with the talent that's coming out this year.
Yeah.
And then, so the first part to that question, I don't see them taking a tight end in the first round, or I don't necessarily perceive that there's value there. But going through the list and doing our internal grades, and what we did was we based it off of PFF and their top 9 tight ends plus the Iowa tight end that we bumped in there in the top 10. And, going through the grades, I feel like the value is going to be on day 3. So starting at, I would say, is it Holcomb or sorry, Holker?
Holker?
Sorry. Yeah.
Dallin Holker.
Colorado State.
Yeah.
And then Ben Sinnott, which I think probably your favorite. And then Bell or All. I feel like if you can get them 4th round through the 7th, I'd say all those tight ends are going to be gone by the 6th. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's where the value is, because I feel like early in the draft, we're going to want to go for the trenches and maybe other playmakers that may drop in the 2nd or 3rd round as far as like receivers, because we're going to have to replace Boyd and his production, and potentially sometime down the road, if we don't re-sign Higgins to a long-term deal, I feel like we'll have Higgins probably for another couple years. But like, for instance, if we get Xavier Worthy in the 2nd round, if he somehow falls to us, like, I feel like, why wouldn't we take him? Because like he would fill an immediate need in the 3rd string receiver, but potentially he could be that deep threat if T. Higgins were to go. But why not have the 3? Because I mean, the Bengals offense thrives on having those 3 top receiver options, and it's proven a benefit to have 3 really good receivers because they get injured. I mean, we throw the ball a lot, so having them to be able to step in for each other is key. So like, I feel like if we can get like a good receiver that somehow drops in the 2nd or 3rd round, why pass it up? And you can potentially get a tight end later in the draft. But how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, in terms of the receivers, I think the top 3 receivers are already on the roster. I would even go so far as to say the top 4 receivers are already on the roster. Signed for next year. Obviously we want T. Higgins back. I just don't think Boyd's going to come back. But either way, if Higgins comes back, I think the top 4 receivers are there. And then if Higgins doesn't come back, I think they have their top 3 receivers. And then you just if a guy that you like a lot drops, and you think that guy can be the 2 or 3, then I think you strike and upgrade. But if not, I think you roll with who you have. In terms of the tight ends, yeah, you're right. I like the Ben Sinnott guy the best. I just like he just looks like a fullback playing tight end, and I like how he's a blocker and can make a little bit of can catch a little bit. Seems to be a bit of a playmaker.
And you gave him a 3rd round grade too, so you were really high on him.
Yeah, I was giving out the 3rd round grades like it was Halloween. I'm passing out candy, so I don't know.
I think that's where it is with this tight end class. Like we
Yeah.
looked at the tight end class last year, and where it was really strong was basically at the end of the 1st, all the way through the 3rd. And this year's class, I feel like is the 3rd and beyond is where you're going to get the value, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like giving it a 3rd round grade is pretty accurate. Like I like, depending on like how players fall or whatever, if we get him in the 3rd, I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed.
Yeah, I think that PFF is giving both of the guys we like 5th round grades. So, I guess it's a good time to segue to the mock draft. So I feel like
Let's do it.
We will easily get who we want. I'm just gonna turn everything to the middle. I'll turn randomness to this position. How many rounds you want to do? You want to do all 7?
Yeah, we could do 7. That's fine.
So
do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I thought we'd do it together, but you go first.
Yeah. No, yeah, we could do like a consensus. Let's
okay.
Do it.
But the one thing I'll say is our focus in this draft is to think about tight end, right? So we're going to look at tight ends at every single let's look at tight ends at every single draft pick and then decide, do we go tight end? Do we not go tight end?
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
So tight end focused, mock it up. Let's firing away.
Watch. Bowers is going to drop to us.
I know. It's going to be like the worst stream ever. Okay. Let's see tight ends. Who we got? Okay. So tight end's gone. Looks like Bowers went in this mock.
Yeah. Like the clear favorite
number 9
for the number 1 tight end. Yeah. The 1st round tight end that you would definitely take in the 1st round gone.
Yeah.
He's probably potentially a top 10 pick if we're being honest.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, if you're a Bears fan, and I told you the Bears come away with Caleb Williams and Brock Bowers,
yeah, I think you'd be happy.
That's gotta feel a little bit good, right?
It's like a nice 1-2 punch. I mean, there'd be that could be that could be the next Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah. So I feel like there's no value for tight end at 18, given what's happened. So we already missed out on Joe Alt.
I think you know what I'm thinking here. I mean, for me, it's either Latham or Mims.
Yeah, I think Mims, right?
Mims has the better upside, but my gut is telling me that if this is their board, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Latu, like, I don't think he's gonna make it that far because if you watch that dude's film, like he rushes from like anywhere on the line, and like that could be a sneaky pick.
Hey, well, let's mix it up. Do you want to get the edge rusher?
No. I think they go Latham. Like because I honestly I don't think he's gonna be there, so I don't think that's really realistic.
Okay.
Like if he's medically cleared, then he's not going to be there, and if he's there, that means something's wrong. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we get the next best tight end, Jatavion Sanders. Going back to our list, we gave him we don't have anybody ranked as a 2nd round pick, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's
clearly we don't think we should be picking a second So do we go
I feel like that'd
with
be
the
a
defensive
reach.
tackle,
Yeah, I mean,
or do you want to get the wide receiver at Worthy?
can you filter out and see what the defensive tackles are available?
Sure. Doorless. Oh, we got our notes on tackles too.
Yeah.
So Jenkins, you didn't like Jenkins. You gave him a 4th round grade. I didn't like Doorless. I didn't like Jenkins either. We both like Byron Murphy. I liked Leonard Taylor. I like Doorless. You didn't like Doorless as much. We both like Fiske.
Yeah, that would be the play for me in the 3rd round. Even though I guess I gave him a 2nd round grade, but
yeah.
Because the way I'm looking at it is like, man, Worthy, that would be. Because like,
okay,
do we pick Worthy in hope that
yeah, I think so, because I think we like guys that are ranked a little bit lower in
and the good thing about
both of these
Worthy,
knee positions. So
I want to say he's like a 4.3 receiver. He's really
all
fast, and
right,
then
I'm pulling the trigger. You keep explaining it.
He returns punts. So like, you know, he could be a little bit more dynamic than the guy that we already have.
Okay, so now we're back to defensive interior. We're thinking 3rd round. Oh, look at this. Our guys here. Fiske, or do you like Dwayne Carter?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like I'd be okay with either one, but for me,
we both
Fiske
have
jumped
3rd
out.
round grades.
I don't know. I just Fiske. He
Let's
like,
just do it, man. Let's do it. We want him. We just don't want to get a bad grade, but we're picking 80. He's ranked 90. Before we do it, let's look at tight ends, though, just to be sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of the tight ends we want are going to be here. Stover, it's too early. Yeah, like
Barner, I would consider if we don't resign Sample, because he seems to be more of a blocking tight end. But
yeah,
I
but,
don't
like,
see
why
where we
wouldn't you
don't resign
resign
Sample. Like I feel like we're going to resign Sample and Tanner Hudson. Like that just seems like the obvious thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, my ranking would be like Sinnott, Johnson, Holker, or Sinnott, Holker, Johnson in terms of tight ends.
Yeah.
So I think it's clear we take the defensive interior guy that we like and draft him up.
So 4th round, this to me would be a prime round for tight end if we decide to go that route.
I don't think many tight ends have been drafted up until this point.
If you filter out the tight ends, where's the 3 guys that we're looking at? I know Sinnott is still down there. I think we
yeah, they're all there, right? Everybody's there. So like these guys are gonna be, those are like 5th rounders. So we're in the 4th. No, we're in round 5, right?
No, we're in the 4th round. I feel good about looking at other positions, because I feel like between Holker and Sinnott, we should be able to get one of them in the 5th round.
Okay, so what's the other position you want?
Can you go back to? Can you filter out like the interior line?
Offensive line?
Yeah. So 136, we're at pick
115.
How do you feel about Nugent?
I don't know anything about Nugent.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him, but I feel like
I don't like the idea of drafting a center in the 4th round.
Then go back to the full list, because I feel like if we're at this point, then we might have to take the best available, like running back.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Do you know how fast Ray Davis is?
I don't know much about Ray Davis. Let's see
If you
what it
click on his
says.
name, does it give it like the details?
Not really. Like, well, the thing is that we're pre-combine, right? So
Oh yeah.
we don't really know speed per se, but I
Uh,
mean, you know, we haven't looked at running backs yet.
Not yet.
So
We'll get there. Okay,
let's
we'll
just take the
trust.
top guy as
Yeah,
kind of like a placeholder.
yeah. Let's take Ray Davis. We'll trust the rankings for now, and then we're gonna pray and
Oh,
hope.
look at this. It's set up right for us. It says Holker is the guy we should take.
Oh, when did Ben go?
Who?
Ben
Ben
Sinnott?
is ranked lower.
Oh, okay, he's still there. Okay.
So we can get
So
Sinnott or Holker in the
okay,
5th round.
this is the way I feel about it. So like, if we re-sign Sample and Hudson, which I think we will, then I feel like we go for Holker, right? Because he's more of like a pass catching tight end that's going to do really
I
well in
told you I
space.
like Sinnott better. So I feel like, to
But-
me, I feel like if
but
you
Sinnott's more
resign both of
well-rounded.
those guy, yeah, that's why you would get him, because you got one guy that's a blocker, one guy that's a pass catcher, and then one guy that's well-rounded.
Okay, all right. I'll concede to you. Let's take Sinnott,
Okay,
and
for
we
some
won't look
reason,
back. And
some
if
reason
Holger's
makes-
there, we're taking him. We'll double dip at tight end. I don't
for
care.
some reason it makes me happy. I don't know why I'm so happy that in our mock we got the guy that I didn't even know his name before today, but now he's like my favorite guy, and if the Bengals don't draft him, I will be crushed. All right, so let's see. Does it say who we picked? Where is, I wish it would show us like our current pick, but so we'll have to remember we picked a tackle, then we picked
Receiver, defensive lineman, running back, and then tight end.
Okay, so really you need to start looking like,
I wanted an interior lineman. That's
offensive lineman.
Yeah, like either a guard, center, flex, like, or I saw a linebacker. I know because like, like we might be in a position where we take the best available linebacker now, and then can you filter out like the interior lineman?
Offensive line again?
Yeah.
So you got.
So what pick are we?
173.
Okay, so we're 173. I don't know. Maybe we take that guard from Miami. I mean, he's rated 160, so there's still a little bit of value there. Oh, 180. Okay, my bad. Maybe that's a bit too high. Does any of these names jump out to you?
Well, we got cousin Bryce down here, but he's a center. He's ranked 229.
Bryce Foster. Okay, I was like, cousin, what? Okay, now I get it.
You got LSU guard Miles Frazier. Last LSU guard Bengals drafted turned out to be pretty good. Feels like it's a bit of a reach at this point, although it is round 5, so it's hard to say.
And actually, safety might not be a bad choice either.
Yeah,
safety
I was
from
thinking
Auburn,
like safety or corner, maybe.
Yeah,
based on this,
you know what I say we go safety. I feel like safety would be upgradable.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at 196.
Okay, there's a linebacker, Ford.
How's
the interior lineman look now?
I mean, I feel like now's the time.
Okay.
If you had a preference over some of these guys.
I don't necessarily have a preference now since we haven't really had an opportunity to look at some of these people, but
let's get the guard.
Okay, then let's go for the guard. That way we don't lose him.
Okay.
So you want to go Frazier?
We haven't looked at guards yet, so I don't know.
We're trusting PFF right now, so
yeah, we're trusting PFF.
So we have 2 picks left. I feel like linebacker and corner are areas that we haven't really looked at yet or addressed.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe we're set up right now to take the best available linebacker.
Okay. Well,
Because wait.
you
Okay,
got
go. I'm sorry.
two linebackers right here. You got Curtis Jacobs and Nathaniel
234.
Watson.
Can you do me a favor real quick and then filter out
Sure.
the corners?
You just want to see corners?
Yeah, because I want to see if that corner out of Florida State might be there in the.
Ventral Cypress.
Yeah.
Is that who you want?
No. I'm thinking maybe we go the best available linebacker and then see if we can get this guy in the 7th.
This is the 7th.
Or I'm sorry, the last pick or second pick in the 7th. So
Okay. Curtis Jacobs.
Yeah.
Bang.
And then hopefully we can get a corner that falls to us.
That's the only guy ranked is Dante Kent.
Oh man.
That's your guy.
Damn. I think we got that backwards.
All right. Drum roll. All right. It wasn't really a drum roll. Dude, our worst pick was Miles Frazier.
Damn.
I feel like I gave us a bad grade.
No. Because we got Senate. That was your guy. So I feel like that's a pretty strong draft. I mean, we addressed a lot of key issues.
Yeah. We
Or
got B for Braden Fiske. Be happy with that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be there.
Of the players we evaluated, defensive interior and tight end, I'm happy with who we got and when we got them.
In looking at it, like, say in real life, if the Bengals feel like they have to go Senate in the 4th round, I mean, looking at this, it makes sense. Because I mean, the running backs I really like, I feel like most of them are going to be gone. Like the 2 or 3 that I really like, I feel like they're going to be gone by the 3rd anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whoever you draft is not necessarily going to be a starter per se. Like they're just going to be a role player. So like to get Ben Sinnott in the 4th, I don't think that's necessarily too much of a reach. But I feel like
no, if he's as good as we think he is, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
right.
All right. Well, that works. Okay. All right. Do we have any comments?
No comments now, but I mean, if you're
Okay.
watching this, let us know what you think, what you would
Yeah.
do differently.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got to see where do we
Let's
miss?
keep it on theme. Who's your tight end? Who's your tight end crush that you want the Bengals to pick, right? Who's the guy you like? Who fits? Why does he fit? All right.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
thank you for joining us the first time ever tonight.
yeah.
We did not do this twice, I promise.
Never. We only do it once.
All right. Well, so I guess next week we'll try to do receivers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.